What's up, Z? This is Will from The Athletic. I mean, I guess we heard the news about your foot. I guess what was your reaction when it happened? I guess what's the process been like trying to get back healthy?
All right, before he even answers this, obviously, if you haven't heard the news, Zion broke his foot in the off season. It was no real news on this. Pelicans kept it in house and things like that. So I'm glad this was the first question asked because there was a lot of rumors and things going around, saying he's hiding injuries from the teams, this and that. So I'm just glad off the back, they just got right to it.
Um, Initially, when it first happened, it sucked, but it's a part of the game. Uh, I think I was overdoing it when I was training because I felt like I had this huge chip on my shoulder, this huge boulder that I was just getting after it overly every day, and it just happened. But the process through healing has been great. Been working with the team, trainer every day, so it's been good.
Right there. Obviously, he was putting in work, in the off season, and he think that's why he, broke his foot. And it's you have to manage those things. Obviously, he has to put the work in the off season. He's young. He's got to get after. He has to improve his game. But at the same time, you got to got to be smart about some things and go about it the right way. So hopefully, it's nothing too major. Hopefully, he's back. And I'm just glad he's putting the work in. But we have to be more careful, obviously.
Hey Z, Andrew from ESPN. You, I didn't even ask that thing yet.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm just happy to be back here. I'm sorry.
I'm happy to see you. I mean, I'll be honest. It's first, we haven't been down here in a while. Do you expect to be able to be back for the start of the regular season?
Yes, sir. I expect to be back for the first game. First official game, you say.
Hey Zion, Christian Clark with NOLA.com. Just what are your
Bro, Zion is hilarious, man. The dude's just always smiling, always laughing, always happy. Like, I mean, you can say what you want about him as a player, but the dude's just. I mean, I'm sure he just a joy to be around. Like, this dude's always happy, bro. Like, I know he brings the spirits up around everywhere he goes for sure.
what are your goals for yourself and the team this summer? And what do you hope you guys accomplish this year?
Building new bonds because I got new teammates, and ultimately just making the playoffs. Making the playoffs and, trying to do something with it.
You said the work you were doing was because you had a chip on your shoulder. I guess where did that come from?
Just I'm gonna say myself. If you know me, I want to win. So not making the playoffs 2 years in a row, it's like I told y'all in my last interview. I can't sit up here and say the same thing every time, and I'm getting the same results. I gotta go do something about it.
Oh man, come on, preach, young man. It's people in the league and people all around that do the same thing every year. I need to do this. I need to work on this. I need to do that. And it's the same exact thing every year. Like this man said, I can't come up here every year and keep saying, I need to make the playoffs. I need to do this. Just have to do it at the end of the day, man. It's kind of like the thing with Ben Simmons right now. Every year, it's the three-point shot. It's the three-point shot. It's the three-point shot. It's the three-point shot. It's like year 5 for Ben Simmons or whatever year it is. Year 6, year 4, I don't know. Somewhere in there. Still hasn't done it. You can't come and preach the same thing every year. At some point, you just have to do it, man. Just have to do it. And he recognizes that early. Pelicans haven't made the playoffs since he's been in the league. And, hey, it's time to stop talking about it. He has to do it. I like that.
So I was in the lab, and I was just honing my craft and just getting after it.
How much were you able to do with the team, whether that was with other players or I know you talked about maybe doing something with Brandon at one point, but how much were you able to do because of the injury, or maybe how much time did you spend around those guys?
I wasn't able to spend a lot of time with the guys, but one thing about my teammates, they're great guys, they're good dudes, and they know who I am and they know what I'm about. And I think we all know they know that I'm their bro and that I want to be a part of it. So I don't think they feel like I was excluding myself. But no, unfortunately, I wasn't able to spend a lot of time with them because I was steadily rehabbing.
Hey, Zion.
Also, quick note, I saw a lot of people making a big deal out of him not training with guys. No NBA player really trains with teammates. That's just not a thing. The summer is straight individual workouts. Everyone's trying to get better because at the end of the day, it's a business, it's your teammates, but you're the business. You have to be the best version of yourself. The team stuff, that's going to come in training camp. That's up to the coach and all of that. At the end of the day, each player they have to work on themselves. That goes not just for Zion, B.I., NAW, Jackson Hayes, whoever you want to mention. They just have to work on themselves. It's straight individual type work for 1 or 2 months, and that's you can't fault a player for working on his craft.
This is Fletcher with NBC here in New Orleans. Much has been made of your relationship with Griff and with the organization. Do you want to maybe take a minute just to kind of
Always
clarify where you all are and where you stand and how you feel about the administration, the organization, the city, and everything?
Sorry.
Great question, by the way. I'm just gonna say great question. A lot of people scared to ask that question because it's a divisive question, but it needs to be asked. There's been a lot of reports saying he hates Griff, and Griff hates him, and all this. So I haven't watched this yet, so I'm excited to see what he says about this.
Can you repeat your name?
Fletcher.
Fletcher?
Yep.
Fletcher, that might be the best question of the day.
And look at right off the bat, he's obviously excited about the question because obviously he's heard the noise. He wants to answer that, and that's a good thing.
I'm glad you asked that. I feel like nobody's ever asked me that, so I'm glad you asked.
All right, I don't want to pause it too much. See that right there? Nobody's ever asked me that. That's basically saying I see all these reports saying I don't like Griff, my parents hate Griff, this, that, or I'm not cool with the Pelicans, I want to leave. In his words, no one's ever asked me that. You've heard a lot from me or about me, but no one's ever asked me. So all these reports and stuff is kind of confusing because no one's actually ever asked this kid the question.
How I feel about the organization? Per me.
Per me. All right, last pause, I promise. Per me. Exactly what I was just saying. Per me. From me.
I love it here. I love the city of New Orleans. Don't want to be anywhere else. My relationship with Griff, I don't think he can play the piano, last time I checked. But yeah, it's all love with me and Griff. It ain't much to dive into. It's just love between us. We're both competitors. We both want to win. Do we disagree on some things? Yeah. Who agrees on everything? We don't. But I think that's what makes our relationship great. We both bring the best out of each other, and we're just going to keep building off that.
Hey, Zion over here, Brent Martell with AP. Just wondering if you can explain to us the rationale behind, and I'm sure it's perfectly legitimate, but the rationale behind, rehabbing on your own or being away from the team as much as you were, and just how it, just on a human level, made you feel. I don't know if you were aware of people questioning, why isn't he with the team? Of course, people didn't know you were hurt necessarily, but how you dealt with that and chose to take the approach you took.
Honestly, I don't know if this is a good answer or not, or excuse or whatever. I guess I was just the way I was raised. When my teammates see me, I want them to always see me with my head up high spirits. And like I said, I was getting after it constantly. Just like I said, I might have overdid it. So that when it did happen, around the time when it came for me to spend time and go see with my teammates, I was personally down myself. So I didn't want to kind of be around them just giving off that bad energy, but I was still rehabbing. That's my personal reason. But like I said, the locker room is full of great dudes, great guys.
Like I said earlier, bro, he's a good dude, man. Like he said, he's always smiling, he's always upbeat, always bringing that positive energy, like I said earlier. And now he kind of says, why he wasn't around the team and things like that. Not a negative person, so if he feels like he's being negative, he just removes himself from the situation. And that's maturity, man. For a kid to be, 21, 22? Very mature.
They know I would never abandon them, so unless somebody comes in here and says, nah, Z abandoned us, then at that point, I don't know what to tell you, but nah, I think they're great dudes and they understand where I was coming from.
Zion, can you say exactly how it happened?
I was just playing basketball, and it just happened. How exactly? I was just playing basketball.
And, you joked about, wanting to speak for yourself and everybody kind of saying how you feel. So when you see people talking about how you feel about New Orleans, how you feel about the organization, speculating about your future, I guess what's your reaction to that? Is it aggravating? Does it piss you off? Like, do you ignore it? I guess what's your reaction when you see all of the talk about you?
What's my reaction? There's no reaction. Like I said, my parents and past interviews, my parents, taught me well about.
Definitely lying. It's definitely a reaction. He won't give you the answer, but he definitely cares. Obviously, the way he talked and when the guy asked the question, he said per me. But this is the politically correct answer. Nothing wrong with that though. Nothing wrong with that.
The game, and at the end of the day, I have a job to do, and the media has a job to do. Is it always true? No, but you guys are just doing your job, and I can't be mad about that. So I just keep within my circle, and as long as people in my circle know how I'm feeling, I'm fine.
Hey, Zion. We haven't really been able to talk to you since the end of the regular season. So what were your thoughts on some of the moves that you guys made, bringing in Grant
buddy.
and Jonas,
Good question.
and then not bringing back Lonzo?
Not bringing back Lonzo, man, that was my dog. But, I think Lonzo, at the end of the day, I respect the decision he made. He made a decision that he probably felt was best for him. So I got nothing but love and respect for Lonzo. I wish him the best in Chicago. The moves we made, I'm very excited about them. We got new pieces, I guess new ways to attack on the offensive end and the defensive end as well. So I'm very excited.
How do you, kind of following up on that, how do you feel about Coach Green? Have you had many conversations with him? How was your interaction? He said your relationship's just starting. Maybe your thoughts on him and conversations you've had in the relationship that's kind of budding right now.
I feel like me and him are going to have a great relationship. Like Coach said, our relationship is just getting started. But what I do like about him, he's a straightforward guy. There's not much, beating around the bush. He wants to come in, do what he wants to do, like get done what he wants to get done, and move on. So I respect a guy like that.
No, we'll go to Scott Kushner on Zoom.
Hey, Zion, what's your, you've been able to talk much to Brandon this offseason. I know you guys are the sort of the foundation of this franchise. We talked about it a lot last year. What's your relationship kind of been like in this offseason, and what are you sort of expecting from you and him together for a third year?
I'm excited about me and Brandon playing together for a third year, and our relationship is great. We talk. Now, do we talk every day? No. But now our relationship is great. I think we're both excited to play with each other, and we're just ready for the season to start. Simple as that.
Side note, that narrative has to stop. They need to stop. It's not Zion versus Brandon Ingram. Stop that, stop that, stop that. Everyone's trying, Brandon Ingram, he arrived, Zion's rookie year, basically. When I say arrived, I mean as in came on the scene, all-stars. That's what I mean by arrived. And obviously Zion came, probably top 5 most polarizing player in the NBA. So he's going to get a level of attention that Brandon Ingram would just never get. That's just the way it is. But when it comes to, basketball, stop trying to compare, who's the number one on the team, who's that, who's this. Because honestly, in my opinion, Zion's the best guy on the team, but that doesn't take away from Brandon Ingram. You don't have to, bring down Brandon Ingram to bring up Zion or vice versa. Just let them dudes play basketball, man.
Can I ask one more question, kind of a moment of levity, if that's okay? Did Griff play the piano, and if so, what song?
He can't play the piano, and nah, he didn't play the piano. I think he only had a little keyboard with him that he brought to the bubble to try to learn how to play maybe, but outside that, no, he didn't play no piano for me. Come on now, guys. Not letting a grown man come to my hotel room and play a piano for me.
That's funny because obviously if you saw the story, I don't know if you have or not, but it came out that David Griffin was trying to talk to Zion. He played the piano for him and this and that, which was kind of weird, and it put Griffin in a certain light and things like that. I'm glad Zion came in and cleared that up, and it's like I'm not letting a grown man. Obviously you heard the joke and things like that, but man, I assume that's the last question. Getting up. But yeah, man, good interview from Zion. This is my first time ever reacting to media day, blah blah blah, stuff like that. But that's a good interview. I do like he didn't avoid any questions. He answered everything. I think he only gave maybe one politically correct answer. Other than that, I think Lonzo, I think that did bother him a little bit. Even when he was like, me and Griffin don't agree on everything and things like that. I'm sure Lonzo played a part in that because him and Lonzo, had that connection. They were friends on and off the court and things like that. But like I said, man, he didn't avoid any questions. He wanted the questions. He answered them, and that's all from a franchise player, a cornerstone of your franchise, that's what you want. You want transparency. He got to it. They asked the right questions. Shout out to the media guys, man. They asked all the right questions, and, couldn't ask for more. You couldn't ask for more. I'm excited for them to get started. Don't know when he'll be back. I'll try to get some more information on that because obviously need him there game one. He's missed time, his first 2 years and stuff like that. You need to just try to get him there healthy from game one. No minutes restrictions, no this, no that, and he's just ready to go.